Chapter 29. Ah, no worries. Just a cat fight. It was sleeping on the floor when I suddenly felt something. If I didn't know it better, I would say it felt like scratches. Leave me be, you stupid cat. Me. Hiss. I just let out a warning as I turned into another director, but that freaking cat continued attacking me until I had enough and stood up. I swear you damn cat have zero brain. You just angered a big no huge cat. You think you can get out of this alive? Why couldn't you just leave me and sleep? I was dreaming something nice too. What's wrong with you? Me. Grr. I let out my aura and looked at her as her fur was standing up and as she started backing away. Oh, look who's booking it now. Look at her. That can run. Well, I can run faster. She bolted out of the room and I did too. However, unless her, my paws were slipping a lot more on the floor, and so instead of cutting the corner as I wanted it, I bumped into the next wall. Me. MREW. After I went after her and it was just chaos. Once I found it boring to chase her around, I punked at her and managed to get her tail below my paw. She was trying to escape like a mouse would try to do while facing a cat. Me. Mew. I bit her and had her in my jaw unconsciously. I was being careful not to kill her though. Still didn't make it better since I had her blood around me and her fur was covered in it too. They were just scratched and maybe a small bite mark from nibbling on her. It was all for the scare and she needed to learn not to mess with me after all. As I had her in my mouth, the light in the room suddenly went on and both Aizawa as well as Mike were standing there. Their faces were completely pale and they had wide open eyes too. Mike. Feral. Aizawa. No. Bad kitten. Me. Mew? I put her back down and she was like a lifeless body laying on the floor. Aizawa and Mike were carefully approaching me while I simply went towards them and rubbed myself against Aizawa's leg. See? No need to be scared of me. I don't attack people. Well, normally that is, but that cat didn't want it otherwise. She had to learn the hard way. Mike. She just fainted. I'll bring her to the vet tomorrow. Aizawa. I see. Mike. Feral, did you play with her? Somewhat, yes. Me. Yawn. Aizawa. Stay. I was about to leave if not for Aizawa telling me that and then going over to me and crouching in front of me. He then grabbed my snoot and touched the small scratch I had. It was hard seeing them with my black fur for sure, but he managed to see them. Aizawa. Did Sunny do this? Trying to escape his grip, I began backing away, but he was holding my snoot tightly, not letting me escape at all. Needless to say that I didn't like it at all. Me. Grr. Aizawa. Stay still. Mike. Show, I don't think you should hold him like that. He was right. The moment I escaped his grip, I bit his hand. Aizawa didn't cry out loud or anything, all he did was stay still and look at me. I growled him as I bit into his hand until I could taste blood. That was the moment I stopped and removed my grip from him. After that I started licking his wound. Oh my god. I am so sorry. Why didn't you let me go when I told you to? This is what we have now. And my fangs buried in deep too. I am so sorry. I didn't mean it to. Aizawa. It's all right. Mike. Show, we need to stop your bleeding. He put the cat down and went to his husband, who in return only was petting my head and ruffling my fur. Aizawa. I challenged it anyways. Just like that he went to the first aid kit and began tending to his wound while I was keeping a close distance to him. I felt terrible and you could see it on me. The hero didn't blame me for what I did, but I did it anyways. It was my fault for not having my animal instincts in check. While I was sitting right next to him and looking at Highwound, he used a disinfection pad on my snoot. At first I thought he would boop me and let it be, but then he tapped on the S-ratchet that I had on my face and I let out a screech because of the pain and backed away. What the hell? Why did you do it? Aizawa. Payback. Now come here and stay still. Wait, did you understand me? I tilted my head to the side and looked at him, questioning if he could understand me. It was probably very obvious since they both started laughing at me and forgetting about the cat. Mike. Oh, Feral. It doesn't take to be a genius or a quirk to know what you are thinking right now. Aizawa. Now come here. I did as he said and sat in front of him one more time, and he also tended to my small scratched, even if they were just small. After that they went to the cat and inspected her wounds. It turned out I didn't do as much damage to her besides giving her a scare for life. Most of the scratched and the one-bit mark that she had from me were not deep at all. It's just the movement of us running around that she got completely bloody, and of course I got too. Since that was the case, they decided to give me a bath, but oh boy were they in for a ride.